Hello everyone, that manga kid here to finally give you a full series review of Haru Ride. This is by Io Sakisaka. It is a Viz release, 13 volumes long, and finally complete in English. This is one that I watched the anime for many years ago and was hoping against all hope that we would one day get the manga in English. And lo and behold, here it is. This is a high school romance melodrama at its finest. It's so over-the-top dramatic while still being lighthearted and fun. Will they, won't they? Everything I live for. I love it so much. That being said, I need to reread Strobe Edge, but I think I enjoy Strobe Edge more. And then obviously Love Me, Love Me Not is currently coming out, so I only have read, I think there's only 4 volumes out as of this recording. So that one is also wonderful so far. But Haru Ride does hold a special place in my heart because I really loved it when I watched the anime when it originally came out. But basically, we follow Futaba, who is in middle school. She had a crush on her classmate Ko. They had a plan to meet at a clock tower for a date at a particular time, and he never showed up. And then she went to school the next day, or on the Monday morning, and he had left. He was no longer there. No explanation, no goodbye, nothing. And so she was kind of left feeling, well, rejected for one, but also concerned. And just when you're like 12 or 13 and someone you had a crush on, or anybody in your life really just up and disappears and transfers, you're like, well, what happened? Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you meet me? Like, what happened? She's now in high school. She acts a lot more masculine than she actually is, and kind of acts less girly on purpose so as not to attract attention from boys, because she has experienced a lot of bullying from her female classmates due to the attention that she typically gets from her male peers. And so she, in high school, made an effort to act less feminine. And yeah. Then shows up Ko. Her former love appears before her again. And she is taken aback by his personality, because he used to be a very soft-spoken, sweet boy prior to puberty, and now he is standoffish, kind of rude, aloof, not really interested, even though he recognizes her, not interested in talking to her or anything. And so she immediately is put off by his demeanor and is like, well, what happened to the Ko that I fell in love with, right? Like, what happened to that boy in these past few years? What transpired in your life to make you so cold now? And so it is a story of her kind of befriending and trying to open him up to the world, because he's clearly put up a bunch of walls and is not interested in letting anybody in. They also make some other friends. There is another boy and another girl in their friend group, and the 4 of them kind of go through high school together and go through the drama, the trials and tribulations of first love and unrequited love. And yeah, because all 4 of the people in the group all have people that they're interested in. What I love about Io Sakisaka's works in general, and why her works stood out to me originally, is that she is not afraid to allow her main characters to date other people. And that's a kind of recurring theme I've noticed in her works, is that her main characters aren't just a will they, won't they between the main characters. Usually there is another person involved who isn't just the annoying rival who shows up and has a crush on the main character. There's a lot of times where Io Sakisaka makes the main characters date other people, because in life, you typically don't have your sights set on one person, and if that person is constantly rejecting you or is already with someone else or whatever, typically you will move on eventually. And even if you come back to that person later, or maybe you never do, and it was just an unrequited love through and through, typically you don't pine after that person for the rest of your life until you die. You move on, find someone else, try to fall in love again. And that's what I love about Io Sakisaka's works, and why they stood out to me, is because she's not afraid to allow her characters to stray away from the main kind of coupling that you're presumably rooting for. But yeah, her characters are not, they're all angsty, for sure, but they have a lovable side, but they also have a side that's very frustrating, and it's just, I personally find it to be a lot of fun to go through the whole series and see the growth and progression of the characters and watch the melodrama unfold. I love the friend group. The male and female friends that they make are... Oh, sorry, there's another girl. Why did I forget about her? There's 5 of them. Wow, okay, that shows where my head's at. I don't like the other friend as much, but oh, that was a great face. Look at that face. I also love her art, but yeah, I'm gonna find there's some art. They must be here soon. Well, there's her with pigtails, but she doesn't normally have pigtails. There's one of the female friends. But yeah, I think that if you're over the melodramatic high school ridiculousness, then maybe this one isn't for you. But I think that it is very funny. Oh, they're there. Okay. Oh, look at that. 3 in one go. There's the other friends. I love her. She is adorable. He is also adorable. But she is... I love this character type. Her personality and the way she interacts with them just is so sarcastic and ridiculous, and I love it. Yeah, I recommend reading this, but obviously you know your tastes better than I do, and if you don't want high school melodrama, then skip it. But if you want to go on a fun ride with a bunch of fun, ridiculous characters for a nice length at 13 volumes, it's not like a 20-volume series, but it's also not a short, 8-volume series. It does flesh out a good story in these 13 volumes. So yeah, Ao Haru Ride, finally all in my possession. I will reread this many times, believe me. Yeah, if you've read Ao Haru Ride, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I would also assume if you have that you've probably checked out either one or both of her other series that are released here, Strobe Edge and Love Me, Love Me Not. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Io Sakisaka in general. Yeah. Thanks for watching.